Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. I have a product review package for you today, so if you're new to the channel, welcome in. And if you've been here a while, thanks for stopping by again. So I'm excited about this product review package because this is the first time I've done one for this company, but it's actually one of my favorite companies to order from. So I've made some orders that are pretty big from this company, and my chair's in the way here. So this is from the company Fansells. So I have placed several orders, and I guess I sent an email a little while back about one of the orders that I was asking the status, and they responded back very quickly because the product showed that, or the package showed it had been returned before it ever left China. So I was confused, so I sent them an email. They answered almost immediately and said the package was too big, so they had to repackage it and send it on its way, and it was already on its way, and they gave me the new tracking number, and all was well. But they also sent me another email right after that that said, hey, you have a YouTube channel, would you like to review some products for us? And I said, oh, sure, definitely, because like I said, I've been buying from them for a while. So if you're new here, I do product review packages and buy from budget-friendly companies over in China. And I do try to show all choices for diamond painting on my channel. I do premiums as well, but I do like to do a lot of the budget-friendly, especially this time of year when budgets are tight for everyone. So this is a budget-friendly company, and think of them more like a craft store rather than like some of the small shops here in the US that sell diamond paintings. So they're more like an online Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So they offer diamond paintings, they offer cross stitch, they also have a lot of other crafts, doll houses, the Robo Time ones that you put together that come in kits. I've done some of those before. They're really fun. They also have wax seal stuff and other things. So go to their other crafts section, I think, on their menu, and you'll see all sorts of things that are beyond just diamond painting and cross stitch. But mostly I shop there for diamond painting and cross stitch, and one of the reasons I really like this company is because the prices are a bit better than some of the others. So I know some of the others have sales. Fansells has sales as well. And some of those sales may bring items down pretty close to the prices of Fansells. But if you're looking for one of the bigger cross stitches or more expensive products, some of those expensive beaded cross stitches, you might want to check out Fansells prices. Because for the bigger stuff, I think they do have slightly better prices. And their packaging, as you see from this one, when I show it, this is actually, cover up my address, this came in a double bagged bubble wrap type packaging, and it was doubled up. So you can buy the heavier things from them and they will arrive because of the special double packaging and all that, because some of those beaded cross stitches can be really heavy, and some of the larger ones that have all the threads in them can also be really heavy. So double package, double package, thumbs up from Fansells. And also I put a request out there to all these companies. If you're listening, it would be really cool if there could be some sort of way to put manufacturer on diamond paintings. So those of us that do cross stitch, we know what spring brand is and we know what to expect. We know what Joy Sunday is, Mona Lisa. We know what to expect with all of those. With diamond paintings, I've been doing a lot of these budget-friendly videos, and over time I've noticed certain repeats of like symbols and the way certain canvases are printed that are probably the same manufacturer versus others maybe from a different manufacturer with different types of symbols and all that. And you don't really know when you buy diamond paintings, so you're not sure what you're going to get. But if there was some way to label them with certain manufacturers, or I don't know, some way for us to tell the difference a little bit like we do with cross stitch, it might be easier to know what we're getting when we get something. So it's just one of those differences I've noticed. So when I do a review of a diamond painting, I'm not saying anything negative about the company that sent it to me. It's about the manufacturer. So don't take any of my reviews that maybe don't come out so well for the diamond painting as being against the company, because they're just selling stuff from different manufacturers. Like Hobby Lobby, for example, sells like 5 or 6 different cross-stitch companies. Well, if you got one that you didn't like, you probably wouldn't go after Hobby Lobby. You'd want to not buy from that particular manufacturer again. But with diamond paintings, we really can't tell because it's not really information that's given. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and get on with this review because I have 4 different goodies here. So Fansells was very generous, and I thank them very much for all these products. So I have 3 diamond painting and 1 cross stitch that I'm going to show you. And we'll start with this one. It's a 30 by 40. Let's see what we got here. Get rid of the packaging here. Aww, isn't that cute? We have a kitty cat with a quilted little comforter behind the kitty. So this one is kind of a zoomed in, so 30 by 40 actually works quite well with this picture because it is a large zoomed in image of the cat and the quilt, so there is more detail that can be shown on a 30 by 40 size. So this one has 24 colors. Basic toolkit here with the tray, the wax, and the pen. That's plenty if you're just starting out. And the symbols here are all uppercase alphabet. So I recognize that one. Some of the manufacturers do that. Others use the numbers and alphabet, and then others use symbols all mixed up. But this one has the uppercase alphabet. We do have an O and a D. Sometimes those can be hard to tell apart, and it's better when they're different colors. So the O and the D are both white on the symbol there, but one is blue and the other looks like a gray. So we can look here, and it looks like in the kitty where the darker colors are, there are some O's and D's next to each other. So that might be, especially like up there, an area where you might have to be a little more careful, but it does look like the O's there are kind of blue against the D, so not too bad. Background, there is a lot of W's and B's and D's, but the eyes look very clear. It's very shiny, but they do look very clear. There's lots of drills there to give all the detail for the kitty's face, the eyes, the nose. Isn't he cute? And this canvas is the scratchy, plasticky kind, but it did come, as you can tell, not wrinkled. There's a couple little tiny spots up here, but it came in much better shape than I've seen some of the others come in. So I can work on this one right away because it's nice and flat already. So the diamonds come in a train here. They're not bagged up. And this is a square, I believe. Yes, it is a square. So I do prefer squares, and they do have options for rounds or squares on several of their paintings. So let's go ahead and take a look at these drills because they look really nice here. So they are numbered on here, but we have, like I said, 24 colors. Some of the colors, there aren't very many drills here, but you can see in the packaging here, there's a purple. I'm not seeing much trash or anything like that. I'm not seeing a lot of other colors mixed in because sometimes those will mess with the weight and you might not have enough. Now you do see on this one, this is color 3, I'm guessing that's 310 there, that there are little dimples at the bottom. That's pretty normal for acrylic drills. So number 3 is indeed 310. So it shows up a little better there that you can see the dimples in the back. But that doesn't cause any trouble. It just helps you identify the types of drills. So these are acrylic drills, as would be expected for a budget-friendly kit. So there's the purple, there's a gray, dark green, more purple, green, gray, some browns, blues, lots of blues there. So yes, 2 bags of that color 13 there, so lots of that color. And lots of the greens in there as well, 18 through 20. So those are the colors for this one. Kind of a nice contrast there between the dark colors of the kitty with the bright colors of the quilt. So I think this looks like a really good one. And so far so good from what I see here. It'd be harder to tell sometimes on stickiness and the, hold on just a second. Okay, I wanted to make the noise go away, but it's harder to tell sometimes just doing a opening like this and unboxing how it's going to turn out exactly. So I think that I find out more when I actually try to do these, and that's where you find out about the spacing of the grid. Is there too much gappiness? Are they too close together? Stuff like that. And also the quality of the drills. So we'll take a look at doing this one because it's a small 30 by 40, so it shouldn't take too much time. And I may end this review with this one or show it maybe later this week. I'll see how long this video goes and how much time I have today to try to work on a few things here. So that's number 1, Kitty and Quilt 30 by 40, and I will put links to all these products below as well as the prices. I didn't look them up right before this video, but since I got 4 things here with my budget that was given to me, pretty sure that the prices are quite good. So we'll look at this bigger one next here. Let's see what we have. So this looks like that other manufacturer that I've seen a lot of, and they usually do the bigger ones. It could be the same, but I notice all the symbols are different, and these usually have more colors, and the keys on these are a little bit smaller. A little bit harder to see sometimes. So this is another kitty, and this does have the better toolkit here with the tweezers and the multi-placers. It comes with a 10-placer and a 3-placer. I'll go ahead and pull these out in case you haven't seen one of these toolkits before, but we do have the pen with the squishy already attached and a 3 or 4, actually I think that's a 4-placer. But you also get one of the bigger ones here if you prefer to place more at once. You get tweezers, big thing of wax, and then a little bit bigger tray. So these are slightly better toolkits that you get with the bigger ones. And I see AB drills already. Seeing that sparkle. So this one, I'll look at the thumbnail there. I'll see if I can get a bigger picture because that thumbnail is pretty small. Let's get the plastic out of the way there. So we have a kitty kind of looking up to the sky with lots of swirly colors around. So I really liked that one. This one has 30 colors, but you can see with the symbols there, hopefully. It's hard for me sometimes to tell if it's focusing or not because I wear cheaters when I look up close, and the cheaters through the phone make things look blurry. But we have all sorts of different symbols and letters here. And I'm trying to look, check mark, question mark. I don't see anything really confusing because there are no O's, there are no 8s versus B's, there are no Q's, nothing like that. So I think all the symbols will be fairly easy to tell apart. So the size on this one is a 40 by 40. And I probably should have measured the other one because I think that one was the usual, the 25 by 35. But these that come from this other manufacturer are usually true to size. So indeed, that is 40. There, I'm sure it's the same the other way. Yes, so this is a true 40 by 40. And we have a bag of drills here that are already bagged up. So we have the DMC number on here, it looks like, as well as the, that's interesting, 53 there. That may be on the outside. We'll take a look here because there are 30 colors, so a 53 doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that may be an identification label. So this one is a round, but you can see in there a couple of ABs. So let's take a look here at what we have for drills. So indeed, this one is labeled with the number and the DMC and how many are in there, which is helpful. So some of these colors there aren't a whole lot of, but lots of pinks and purples. Ooh, look at that. That's a bright green, like that one. I love green. And here's our first AB, and that is AB 740. There are 304 of those. And then here's our second AB, which is AB 720, kind of a reddish color. And then we have a lot of these background colors here, purples and blues. And that one really pretty. There, that is 807. And some browns. You don't really see a big bag of a background color, which is kind of fun for this one because it's got a lot going on in the background, so there's really not just a solid background, which I like. I like a little bit more going on. These are probably the most in the background here. So we have an 824 and an 823. So those are the dark blues. And there's another AB there, a pink. And one more hiding in there. There's usually about 4 in these. There it is. It's another pink. So none of the dark colors are ABs, which is good to see. I think the lighter colors really show more of a highlight, especially for this one. They're probably in the squirrels. The pink, the cat though, the cat does have some pink and orange in it, so some of these could show up in the kitty cat as well. So did we look close up at the drill field there? Can see the eyes pretty clearly, the nose. Since this one is a little bit bigger, you would expect that for that particular design. And then there's all the swirls in the background, so it wouldn't be too boring. There are some places here where you have the same color in a large area where you could do some multi-placing. But there is a lot of almost confetti, I'd call it, because it's not too bad. But there are some highlights there where you're switching colors a lot. But with 30 colors here, you don't really have the huge confetti that you do on the diamond paintings that have 60 or more colors. So I think this one looks pretty good as well. Pretty reasonable on the amount of colors for it. I think it'll work out okay. But again, you don't know till you try, and since this one is a round, you don't worry as much about the spacing on the drill field, because with rounds you do see the background a little bit. I do see some guide circles on this for the lighter colors, and I talk about this a lot. Here, hopefully you can see that with the check mark there, that when those guide circles are there, you have to place more carefully to make sure you cover them up, so multi-placing doesn't work as well in areas where you have those guide circles, but it means you just have to be a little more careful with your placing of your diamonds. So that is our kitty cat here. You sense a theme here. So he looks pretty good. And the canvas, it does have a couple little folds in it as normal. It is kind of the scratchy canvas type. Now, I don't show any videos on getting wrinkles out of canvases. It's not a problem for me. I usually just wait over time for a lot of these and flatten them in a portfolio. I have a large art portfolio that I use for them. A lot of people put them under their mattress, but you can, in a pinch, to do something quick, you can iron these. I don't have a video, but there are others out there that do those, and you might want to check them out. Diamonds by Tita, I think, is one of the ones that come to mind that she's done them. But if you turn it to the back, put a towel over it, and keep the iron on a low setting, you can get it to flatten. You don't, however, want to get the iron too hot or the canvas in any particular area too hot, because it will affect the glue. So it may look fine on the back, but the glue will melt a little bit and might try to soak into the canvas a little bit, so it can be a little less sticky if you iron them too hot. So that's one thing to be careful with about ironing. But I know somebody was asking in the comments about how to deal with wrinkled canvases, but you can iron them or just time under something heavy. So now we have a little one here. We'll take a look at this one before we get into our beautiful cross stitch sitting over there. So these are some magnets. You can see the magnets right there. We got the toolkit. They didn't want to come out, so somebody took some effort there in getting these in there, and they did come protected in this, so I don't mind tearing up that package because I can always use this to store them in. So we have ghosts in time for Halloween. These are rhinestone magnets, so we do have the bag of magnets here. Let's look at our cute little ghosts. So there's one, there's two. That one's holding a rose. That one's got glasses. I thought that was cute. Each one seemed to have its own different personality. Here, I'll spread them out so you can see them. This one's eating ice cream. Isn't that cute? This one's, I would say reading a book, but it almost looks like with the mouth open because, you know, ghosts have mouths, I guess, under those sheets. But this one almost looks like it's singing, like it's a choir ghost. So that one's kind of cute. And then we have one here, maybe it's his birthday. So this ghost has a bunch of balloons, but I thought they were so cute. Let's look at them again here with all the different little accessories they're holding to make each one different and really cute. So let's see here, we can see these are rhinestones. So we have lots of colors actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different colors with this one. So again, there are some manufacturers that make magnets really thin or different ways with very few drills and a lot of space in between the drills. And then there are some that have a lot more colors and a little more quality with these. So they do have, I should mention, they do have protection on the back. That's why they look kind of cloudy right now. So you want to peel off that layer on the back after you're done before you put the magnet on. Otherwise, you'll be gluing the magnet to this protective sheet here, plastic sheet that might come off. It's being difficult here. Sometimes they stick on really good and you just got to work at it to get them loose there, but they do have, you can see that coating there. They do have protective coating on the back. And another thing I look for with magnets, after I've done several now, is the spacing of the drills, because there's a lot of sticky on these and you do typically have to seal them anyway. But you want to see the spacing on the drills and see if they're close together or far apart, because when they're far apart, a lot of that sticky will still be around, so you really need to seal them. But these, the spacing looks pretty good there. So take one more look. So the drills, that's where we were at. Here we've got gray, dark purple, medium purple, kind of a dark pink there. Looks like a goldish green, another pink, some black, kind of a reddish brown, another brownish color there, kind of a lighter brown gold. There's a really dark blue and a turquoise blue, and then of course with ghosts you expect a lot of clear or white. The magnets come in a bag here. There are 6 of them, and you just peel the back off and stick it on the back. But again, make sure you peel off the protective coating on these before you stick the magnet on. So I've had several of these magnets sitting on my fridge for a while with these round magnets. They stick really well. They don't fall off over time. I did have one of my bee magnets fall off the other day from the fridge when it was shut pretty hard, but otherwise those magnets work pretty well. So those are our ghosties. So for the diamond painting people, that's what I have for diamond paintings. I have the ghosts, I have the big swirly cat, and I have the close-up quilt cat here. And then we have a cross stitch, and oh boy, it's a spring brand cross stitch, and it's a nice big bag here, which means this is a big cross stitch. So again, thank you Fansells for the generosity here, because I'm able to show all the different products that you offer for these crafts. So this is an 11 count, which means it's the Ecology cotton floss, so we don't have the little plant on the back, the little leaves. But Spring brand is one of my favorites. I really do think they are one of the best ones out there. And what we have here is a little village by the water. So we have buildings here, we got boats, we got water, little stair step, and flowers here. So I can't remember exactly what the name is. I will put it up at the top or in the comments below. But this is, here it's marked 11 count for 3 strands. Now they do show on the packaging these 11 count with 4 strands. I've never seen one of those. I've never gotten one of those. So it must be a special kind of kit. I always get the 3 strand one. So this does come in a reclosable package. So you do not need your own project bag for this one. It comes with one. And we have beautiful colors here. You can see already the floss. We have the canvas and its protective bag to keep it from getting wet. We have the instructions here, and we have the pattern. And because this is a larger one, the pattern is in pieces. A little bit small font on that one to make it fit, but that's okay because we don't need to use that part. We got the canvas printing. So let's look. Oh boy, that's a lot of colors there. So it looks like 47 here of full stitch. And another good thing with spring is it shows the symbol as it's printed on the canvas, as well as the symbol here that's printed on the paper chart. They are different because the canvas, it's harder to print, like little letters and the different colors. So each symbol is only one color and they fill up the square much better. Here, hopefully you can see that. So that's why there's a difference, because in order to be able to read these symbols on the canvas, they need to be rather large and fill up most of the square, whereas on the paper chart you can do multicolor things. So that's why there's a difference. But I like the fact that you can see both of them on here. So if you cover up your key that's on the canvas with your hoop or your frame or whatever, you can use this as a reference to see what color is what. So we do have 47 colors of full stitch. This one is a little more complicated because we do have 4 different colors of back stitch on here. We also have a few colors of blended stitch here, so 3 of those it looks like here. So these have 2 different colors that you put together, and if you're wondering how do you do 2 different colors with 3 strands, I'll typically do those with 4 strands. So I'll take 2 of each color, and that way it's blended equally, and do the stitches with 4 strands. It's not really very noticeable against the other ones with 3 strands, but it does make it easier to make those blends. The other way you can do it, you can choose 2 of one color and 1 of the other, but then the blend may not be quite the same color that was intended there. So I just do 2 of each on those to make 4 strands. So there's 3 of those colors. And then we have half stitch. For these half stitches usually show up in the background, and these are also 3 strands. It's meant to be a little more subtle coloring, but we have several of those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colors of half stitch. I like the ones with half stitch because they go faster, because you only have to do half of a cross for all of these colors for the background. So that's really nice as well. I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. So I see a 47 here, but I also see a 48 showing up here. So we'll have to actually look at the floss cards, but I'm looking over this, and 48 is the highest number I see. So 48 different colors of DMC threads, but with the blends, they make a few more colors in this. So let's take a look here at what we got. So here's our, well, we'll start with the threads because they're sitting right there, and their colors are just begging me to take a look here. So Spring brand just comes with 2 needles, usually attached to a bag, but these are very good needles. I can't tell as much of a difference between needles as other people do. I'm not really tough on my stitching, I guess. I don't pull really hard, so I don't have much trouble breaking them. The place I seem to notice it is with some of the cheaper 14 count needles, because over time they squish inward and then they're hard to thread at the top. But spring needles are very good. This one comes with 2. But you can see the beautiful shiny colors with this floss. I've been doing stamp cross stitch now for a few months once I discovered it, and I haven't had any trouble with this floss. I know it's probably not DMC. They have the DMC numbers, but I haven't had trouble at all with the quality of this floss, so I do enjoy it. So we have some greens, some purples, some browns there. You can see the different colors. Look at all that light blue. Tons and tons of light blue there. And lots of white here, or white-like. And more blues, more greens. A lot of pretty colors. This one gives me pastel vibes, so kind of a spring look to it. Lots and lots of green here, and this other light blue. I think those will be backgrounds. Here's some more white and some more light blue. So all together here, let's spread them all out so we can see them. And sometimes it's easier to do a twist to try to see all the different colors in this, but very, very pretty, very, very spring-like. And let's see how the canvas looks. And one of the reasons I prefer Spring brand over most of the others is because the canvas is printed so clearly. So I do also do a lot of Joy Sunday, but a lot of those are smaller, and I get those in Joy Sunday because Spring doesn't offer very many small cross-stitch kits. A lot of theirs are much bigger. So here is a look at the canvas. So it does have the branding at the top. It does have a warning here to not get this wet because the ink will wash off once it's wet. And we see all the different types of stitches are pointed out here on the sides, but like I said, it's all on the pattern, so if you cover this up, or if you're holding it in such a way where this is harder to get to, then you can look at the paper pattern as well. So it looks like it's printed very clear there. Can see the contrast in all the different symbols, and I'm not seeing anything blurry. Sometimes you get double printing on canvases or blurriness. So looks really good there, very easy to see. I'm not seeing a whole lot of confetti on this one, and the difference with cross stitch with confetti is that you have to stop and start your threads a lot. Diamond painting confetti is a little bit easier because each little square is independent and you just stick it on and move on. But with cross stitch, you have to get a thread and start and stop it. So that's why confetti is such a big deal with cross stitch. It does make it a lot harder. But in this case, it looks like if you say picked up this color, even though it's kind of spotty through here, you can stitch all of this with the same thread without having to stop and start until maybe there's kind of pushing it. Usually the rule is to only skip across 5 stitches or less, because then you'll have these long threads in the back and you'll waste a lot of floss. So I tend to stretch it a little bit more than 5 threads. I'll do maybe 7, 8. But if I do stretch it a ways just to pick up a stitch, I will actually run the needle behind stitches or within the fabric here to hold them secure rather than just letting it string across the back. So this looks really, really good. I'm guessing that a lot of the sky here is going to be the half stitches there, so even though it's a lot of what looks like the same color, it'll go quickly. That one says color 49 there. So indeed it is one of the half stitches there, so with the sky it'll go pretty fast because you only have to do half. So very, very nice canvas. And one other thing I guess I probably should have shown, since this one does have a few colors of backstitch, is let's find out where the backstitch is, because you can't really print backstitch on the canvas because you'll cover it up with the regular stitches. And backstitch is something that you complete at the end after you've done the stitching, because a lot of them will lay over the top of the stitches. So there we have some of the backstitch showing up in the house there, that little trellis type walkway. And then the boats here, the sails of the boat, look like they're backstitched over the top of the other cross stitch. And I'm actually not seeing much in the windows. There's a little bit there. You can see to give the detail in the windows. And a couple in that other house, just a few little lines. It's actually not bad. The light has a little bit in there. But I'm not seeing much more there. Even the walkway doesn't have much. So if you don't like backstitch, this one actually isn't too bad, even though it shows 4 colors of, or 4 or 5, yeah, 4 colors of backstitch. It's really just the highlights of the windows and the sail and stuff, so not too bad at all. So this is what I have for you from Fansells. We have this beautiful cross stitch here from Spring Brand, and I wish I could read Chinese because I didn't get the name of it. But I will put that in the video above or below, and also in the description area below, so that you can hit the link and get to it yourself. So we have that one. And then we have our little quilt kitty here. That's a square. Then we had our big kitty here, which is a round with ABs. I'm trying to spill out the drills. I won't unroll it all the way. Oops, because there's one of the drills trying to escape. And then we have our little ghosts. So quite a bit here of different manufacturers to look at, different types of canvases to look at, as well as off-canvas items. So thank you to Fansells for sending these to me. And I do recommend you check them out because I think their prices are a little bit better, especially if they have a sale going on. And their variety is really good, I think, as well. So if you like my content, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button and all that good stuff. And I'm like 10 subscribers away from hitting 3,000, which is amazing. So I'll come up with some sort of interesting video to do for my 3,000 subscribers. Still trying to figure that out. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back next time. I think I'll go ahead and not add the review of one of these onto the back of this video because I had more to show you, so it's a little bit longer. But I'll try to work on some of this this afternoon and see how far I get, and I'll let you know what I think in another update video. So thank you for watching.